Hi, my name is Christy Clover with Raising Clovers, and I'm so excited to get to introduce you guys to our curriculum this year. So I'm finally ready to do a little curriculum reveal with everyone for our 2016-2017 year. We're actually adding officially another student to our homeschool. So right now we're going to have an 8th grader, 7th grader, 2nd grader, kindergartner, and a preschooler. So all 5 of my kids are going to be involved in our homeschool this year. And the most important thing for you to know right now is that the curriculum that I'm going to be showing you, several of the items are available on a giveaway. So I am actually doing a huge giveaway on my blog, so make sure you stick around to the end of this video to find out more information about that, but you are not going to want to miss it. And normally I don't announce giveaways here on YouTube, but I'm doing it this time. I'm breaking the rules because I really want to make sure that as many people as possible can find out about this giveaway. So I hope that you'll get involved in that, but let me start walking you through our homeschool room, which is now neat. If you missed the video I just did about getting the homeschool room organized, yeah, you missed the state of chaos it was in. So I will link that above so you can check that out so you appreciate the clean state of this room. But let's get started and I will show you what we're using. First up, my father's world. So I think in last year's video I explained that we were taking a year off from my father's world. We have done kindergarten before, and I only got into like the 6th week of it. So I'll explain more about that in a second. But we did kindergarten, we've done adventures, we've done year 1, 2, and 3, and now we're going into year 5, which is going to be 1850 to modern times. Now the reason that I did not use my father's world last year was because we got all these amazing Sunlight books. So we tried just incorporating those into our homeschool year. So last year was a little bit of a homeschool fail when it comes to history, because that's mainly what I'm using my father's world for, is Bible and history. So last year I had all those wonderful books, but our co-op, we took way too many classes, and so we ended up not really getting to very many of the books. But we went to Washington, D.C., and that counts. So we went to Washington, D.C., had a great time, learned a lot about American history, got to see the Declaration of Independence, not just read about it, and see a lot of the different amazing, structures that they have there, learn all about just our incredible country and the founding of that country. So I should probably have done a video about that, but I was sick at the time, so I'm sorry, but it was a good trip. For now, let me explain to you guys about my father's world. On an organizational side note, do note that I have all the little tabs right here. I like to separate out the weeks so that our teacher's manual, actually I can go quickly to the next week or see what I need for other weeks, because I have notes on different spots about what we need to get to and where we need to go. So it's just easier to kind of be able to flip back and have an easy guide to where we are within our curriculum. So if you don't know, homeschool organization is kind of my thing. I love getting people organized with their homeschool. So I have a new e-course about that, which, again, more about that at the end of the video because it's part of the giveaway. So stay tuned for that. Okay, on to my father's world kindergarten. So again, I'm like totally admitting all of my failures to you guys. So my homeschool fail on this is that they had so many creative ideas that I was overwhelming myself with the curriculum because I was trying to do as many things as possible as I could in here. So I ended up only getting like 6 weeks into it. Now we did more than 6 weeks. I was just like doing a little thing here and there. We also had 2 little girls coming up the wings when my son was trying to go through this. So it's kind of a homeschool fail that year, but we had fun. He enjoyed it, and this year I'm going to be doing this with my 5-year-old as well as, letting everybody else kind of enjoy some of the fun. Like M, let's see, what week is that? M is week 2, and well, it's module 2, and that week is fun because when we do moon for M, we actually use Oreos as moon phases, and who does not love trying to make a crescent moon out of an Oreo cookie? The best is the full moon because you get to like gobble the whole thing. So I'm just saying. Moon, Oreos, makes everybody happy. So my father's world is our first part. I'll also show you the books on the shelf, but one book I wanted to make sure I held up for you is Prayers That Changed History. I love it. So what's wonderful about Trisha's book is that she has a timeline on her book. So it actually goes through and you can make it correspond with where you are in history. So we are still going through it. We are going to be doing everything 1850 and on. Actually, we're going to be doing like 1800 and on in our homeschool. So I just wrote in what I'm going to be doing or what chapters I'm doing on this book according to where I was at in my teacher's manual. So these are essentially our history books for this year. These are the ones that are on my, your father, our father's world curriculum list. So most of these books I purchased from Amazon. I also got a few online. So like used, I'll get a few of them from the library as well. So this is not everything. But I do some audio. That's actually what I meant to say instead of online. We get some of these audio. So I don't have all the audios over here. I actually store them in another spot. But these are some of the books that they have, including a few of my own books that I'm going to be adding and just doing little extras here. But these books right here are my own. And then we still have all those wonderful Sunlight books. So as a bonus for my kids to do read aloud, we actually pay our kids to read sometimes. I know, crazy, right? But that is something I would love to pay them for. If they're actually going to do great reading, then why not have them read great books? So, yeah, we're not afraid to pay our kids for reading. And it's not, we don't do it all the time, but since these are extra books, they will get paid because they're above and beyond what we have on our curriculum list. Okay, next up is, and the next shelf down, is where I'm storing all of the kindergarten books for my father's world. And I actually have these, again, organization-wise, I have them all labeled and numbered according to what week we're going to be doing them. And I have a few other books that I'll be going through. These are the books that my second grader is going to be doing with us as we do our American history. And then just a few other, here's some of our Bible books that go along with it. And part of what My Father's World does is it goes through the states as you go through history. So as a state, it becomes its own state, then we actually study that particular area and different things. And these are just some books that I picked up at a sale. They were old library books, as you can tell, and we'll pick up library books for the missing ones. What's really funny is I cannot believe we don't have California, because we live in California, but we don't have a book on California. But I do remember this from when we did the adventure, the My Father's World adventure, and this is such a fun book. So this goes through all 50 states, and there's a few other little books that are pretty fun to do when you're going through states. So this year I'm going to kind of do things a little differently in that I'm going to take you through by grade and by subject, but I want to start with my kindergartner. So first off, we are doing My Father's World kindergarten, but we're also using Matthew C. Alpha this year. Now know this, I do not expect to get very far at all in that book. This is going to be her introduction to everything year. So I want her to get used to watching the DVD and doing a few problems here and there, but we're going to keep it really light and keep a lot of our learning very natural. So, you know, she helps me bake, she helps me cook and cut and all that kind of, well, not cut, but you know what I mean. She's there when I'm cutting things. So we try to do some sneaky learning when they're in kindergarten, and I find that it's just a really great way to actually teach them real facts instead of like cramming worksheets and papers in front of them, but to do things that are actually real life adding. So we'll probably do things with money and just keep it really fun. So that's what we're going to be doing with her. Now, as far as phonics, then My Father's World kindergarten does have some phonics work, but the other thing that I like to use is Sing, Spell, Read, and Write. Now, I bought this way back when we first started homeschooling. I bought the Sing, Spell, Read, and Write program. So this is actually just a new workbook for her. And again, I'm going to go really slow through this. There is no pressure when they're in kindergarten. We have fun, we read, we're just going to do a little bit each day, and we're going to call that school, because I want my kids to have a love for learning. So I don't want to cram too many things into, down their throats when they're really little, because I want them to enjoy the process. Right now, she's begging me to start school. So that's a good place to have your kids. But yes, so we're going to use this starter book for Sing, Spell, Read, and Write. I'm also going to be going through the Get Ready for the Code, which is the beginning of Explode the Code, which I seriously doubt we're going to get to this book this year, but I have it just in case. And another workbook that I really like is Primary Phonics. So I get asked all the time about good phonics books. So those are kind of my three favorite programs that we use. We also use My Father's World, not My Father's World. We also use Institute for Excellence in Writing, which is IEW. We use their PAL system, which is the Primary Arts for Learning. Now, I'm going to be doing a little bit with her with that this year. I really love their letter stories. They do a really cute job of helping kids to remember, letters based upon just a little story that they have that goes along with the letter. So I really love that. So we'll be doing a little bit of that. But again, mainly going to be picking out some fun things here. That's my problem with kindergarten, though, is that I have like mega ambition because it's such a fun grade to teach, but I can bite off more than I want to chew, and gosh, I don't need her to do all that. So we're going to keep it pretty light, but those are some of the things that we're going to be using with her. Okay, so now to move on to my second grader. So my second grader has been doing the PAL system. So again, IEW's PAL, Primary Arts of Learning, and they have a reading and a writing element. Now he's been working his way through because it's a K through second curriculum. So you can actually some kids can go right straight through. We had to slow down in some spots, so we're still working on that. So we still have some of that to get done. And then we have other work as well that we're incorporating in, because I still do use Sing, Spell, Read, and Write for him. Because I really like, with phonics, I like bringing different things together because I feel like it gives the brain an opportunity to really find what clicks best. I once heard someone say that the best phonics program is your third one. So I just mix it up and I introduce like 3 at a time. So we're going to use that one with him for all of his language arts. So for spelling, we're still going to be using All About Spelling, but we might also do a page or two from this one. Again, you don't have to buy 10 billion things of curriculum. I just happen to still have this. So this has been in my language arts bin. So I pulled it out because I think that he is ready for some of this. I love Rod and Staff. If you haven't seen Rod and Staff, they have some really great English books, including Preparing to Build. Very teacher intensive. So that's why I've chosen not to use this as the base. But, when you're teaching phonics, it's very teacher intensive no matter what. But with this one, what's great is that they really do breakdown. So if we're having problems like understanding nouns or verbs, then I'll do a few of the assignments in this book as well. So again, just references. You pick one thing. Don't do what I'm doing, but pick one thing. But I just wanted to show you like a few of the little tiny extra things that I do as well. He is going to finish beta for Matthew C. But I always, with math, I have a backup, because with math, we don't stop. I'm one of those moms. That's the one subject. I let them keep going and going and going until they're done with the school year. So we will actually finish more than one book sometimes because I don't know, I'm weird that way. So I have his Gamma all ready to go. This is the multiplication one. He's actually so excited to get into this book, so I can't wait to get him there. But he does have to finish up beta first. Okay, last but not least is science for my second grader. And actually my kindergartner will be doing this with us as well, but she'll be doing like the fun version of it. Nothing serious. In fact, in her junior notebook, she's going to be coloring, keeping it really basic for her. But we are doing Apologies Astronomy this year. And if you don't have the new book, you are missing out because it is gorgeous. They have the most beautiful pictures in here. Now, they've always had really nice pictures in their book, but this year they just went over the top and they have a brand new edition of it, and it's just gorgeous. But I love Apologia for science. One thing to note, and again, I talk about this a lot on my e-course with people, and that is that please don't try to do this entire notebook with your kindergartner through third grader. They're going to be overwhelmed. This notebook is designed for all different learning styles. It's designed for what kids really enjoy. So the best thing to do with your notebook is pick out a few of your favorite things that you want to do with them. Do not make your child, especially young kids, try to go through the entire notebook. So what we do, if we're not in a co-op, so this year we're doing a co-op for all of our sciences, but this year, normally I would tear it apart and only pick out the pages, put it in my crate, only the ones that we plan to use, and then I'd have the other ones around, so that way if we want extra work or if they really love learning about Pluto, then I can go and grab a few more sheets on Pluto. But we are going to keep our books together this year because we're doing a co-op, and I don't know the order in which they're going to do, well, I know the order, but I don't know which pages they're going to want and about when in our schedule they're going to want it, because we schedule by week and just kind of do our own thing, and I don't want whatever the co-op schedule to mess up what we're doing at home. So I'll just say that you're going to love these. So we have 2 junior notebooks for Wade and for Ashlyn, so my kindergartner, and a couple other fun things because science is my thing. So an extra read aloud we're going to do this year is, I love YWAM books, so we're going to read about Alan Shepard. I also have this cute little book that I thought would be fun for Caitlin. Again, I just kind of go through the house, see what we have. Oftentimes I have friends like show me things or give me things. Found this at Michael's. It's a little space shuttle construction kit, so we're going to do that. I found some Magic Schoolhouse books that were in my bin. Again, I keep everything that we've already done, and that's why I have a lot of things for astronomy, because we've already done it. So I already collected a lot of extra stuff, and when we're done with the science, we just stick it back in a box, and I wait to use it with another kit. A couple other books that are really fun that I want to show you are Finding the Constellations. If you recognize the font, this is by the writers of Curious George. So this is actually a really cool book. It's got some really neat facts in here about constellations and just all. I love it. Like, it's just really cute. I don't know what else to say about it. It's cute. Another series that I do like is The Wonders of Creation. I usually get these books through, I think you can get them on Amazon, but you can also get them through AIG, which is Answers in Genesis. And again, even with my little kids, I let them just look at the pictures half the time. But if we're loving something or want to dig a little deeper on something, then that's when I go and I use extra books. Because I don't want my kids to miss out on exploring a passion or exploring an interest. So that's why we'll use extra books. Sometimes I just stick these in the book basket and just let them go through it as they want. So that is that. And the other fun little thing, stickers. We've got little stickers to add to our notebook, which the notebook is so much more colorful this year that I probably won't need these, but everybody loves stickers, so we'll do stickers. If anything, I'll let my little preschooler put some stickers on a piece of paper as we're learning about things. But that is what we're doing for science for my 2 youngest. Now let's move on to the older boys, and we'll kind of lump them together. So let's talk junior high, high school. So one of the benefits of being a homeschool family is that you can kind of have your kids do whatever they need to do as far as curriculum. So if you have a child that's moving fast and ahead, then you can push them ahead. If you need to slow down, you slow down. That is totally fine. So although my boys are in 7th and 8th grade, my 8th grader is actually doing a lot of high school material. So he's actually doing Apologia's biology this year. I did get the DVD with this one this year because I feel like it's going to help because there's so many sciences happening. One of the beautiful things about Apologia is that you can actually teach your kids together. But once they hit junior high, they start doing their own science. So I've got 2 junior hires. We've got 2 different sciences going with them and a third. So although the 3 little ones will kind of be doing some of the astronomy. So again, my preschooler will be around. She's going to be learning about astronomy because it's one of my favorite books that they have. That and anatomy. You just have to know that about myself. So I'm actually teaching biology this year, which is why these are my cliff notes. So which is why I got the DVD to help me as I teach. But the biology book is pretty thick, but it's really amazing. In fact, I went through this. Now, please know, my background is sports medicine. That's what my degree is in. So biology was kind of my thing. But this is almost college level. It is so meaty and good. So I'm really excited to get into this with the kids this year. Plus we're dissecting things. And I'm one of those crazy people that nothing, I think, demonstrates God's amazing creation and his power and glory and creativity than looking at what is inside and making everything tick. So that is one thing that I just love. So with my other son, he is doing general science. So, and that was more of a decision of co-ops. So we were hosting a co-op a few years back. And so my oldest, he started doing general science a year early. So that's okay. We just let him do his thing. So that's why they are actually a few years apart in science, even though they're only 1 year apart. So he's doing general science and we're doing a co-op with that as well. And for language arts, my boys are going to do Fix-It grammar this year. So we've actually we've loved growing with grammar for several years now, but I feel like both boys need to work on their editing skills, so that's why we're doing Fix-It Grammar. So Fix-It Grammar is by IEW, and it is really fun. I like it because this is actually going to become our penmanship and our grammar and some other and vocabulary as well. So it kind of has all of those built into this. This is, oh, sorry, I have the teacher's manual for both. So both boys are doing 2 separate things, so I let them pick what they're going to do. But they're really fun. So basically you're looking at sentences, and they have to edit the sentences. They have to label things. They have to like figure out, you know, vocabulary that's being used in the sentence. But at the end, they're writing out, they say if they write it out neat. So that's the penmanship side of things. And at the end, they have a whole story. So it's really cool. But that is Fix-It Grammar. We are also using IEW for writing. So my boys are doing, my 7th grader is going to do US based. Again, this is one of our co-op items. And my 8th grader is doing his elegant essay, which is part of our co-op as well. And that one's not here yet, so I can't show you. But it's going to be good. It's going to be pretty because I really love IEW. We use them a lot. In fact, we use them for spelling as well. So we're going to continue with spelling with them as well. The other last thing I wanted to mention is I mentioned that we kind of didn't get as much history done last year as we wanted to. So drive-through history has been our go-to for getting things done in history. It's a really fun series, a DVD series. They take you through geographically and show you different areas that are part of history. And their U.S. history is really fun. Dave Stotts is like the leading man, essentially, in the series, and he is just a hoot. So the kids really enjoy watching these. The other thing for Bible that we're using this year, we're using 2 different things for Bible. So if you didn't see my interview with Dave Stotts, actually, I talked to him about the Gospels, and this is awesome. We actually use it at night as part of our family devotions, and we don't do it every night, but so we're trying to do it like once a week, and so we go through this. This goes through, obviously, the Gospels. So Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. But so we go through this at night, and the other books that we've started using at night, it used to be part of our daytime, is Apologia's Who is God? So love this series, and we have just started doing it at night, and my husband is so funny because he loves it so much that he's kind of taken this over. So he is going through this with them, and we have had a lot of different books we've enjoyed as family devotions books. I have a blog post all about it that I'll link in the notes below, so make sure you check that out, and some really amazing books for boys. But we have really enjoyed looking at a biblical worldview with these books, and so we'll probably finish this book up at some point this year and move on to the Who Am I? That was pretty much most of what we're using. I guess I didn't show you the spelling, but I mentioned it. And I may have missed little pieces here and there, but that's the bulk of it. We pretty much use My Father's World, IEW, Matthew C., and Apologia for most of what we do. And I love those companies. I actually really love those companies. In fact, I had the opportunity to meet the owners of Apologia, Davis and Rachel Carmen, this summer at a convention, and just love their hearts. And it's been so amazing. They actually generously gave me our curriculum for this year, and they are generously part of our giveaway. I actually already did a giveaway about Rachel's new book, How Many Times Do I Have to Tell You? And it was an amazing giveaway. I gave away 20 books, and now I'm going to be giving away some more fun things. So here's the information on the giveaway. Now, I don't always talk about giveaways here on YouTube, but I wanted to go ahead and introduce you guys to some of the things that are happening over on my blog. So I'd love to have you join me on my blog, Raising Clovers. But if you go to raisingclovers.com/join, that actually signs you up for my semi-weekly newsletter. It's kind of the when I have time to let you know what's happening newsletters. Sometimes you might get 2 in a week. Sometimes it might go like almost a month without hearing from me. But because you're part of the newsletter, you get my book for free, Sanity Savers for Moms. You have a meal planner on there, lots of other fun freebies, some other ebooks on there as well. And I try to let you know when I'm having giveaways, just like this. So on to the giveaway. Are you ready for this? I'm excited. First thing that we're giving away is, for 3 folks, we're going to be giving away Growing with Grammar. You pick what level you need, but they're going to be giving away the entire set. So the student manual, the student workbook, as well as the tests. And so we're giving away 3 of those. So again, you tell me the level that your kids are at and you need, and I will get these to you. And then we're also going to be giving away, drum roll please, 1 book of Apologia's elementary series. So again, you pick which one you want to do. Now, I know that this video is being created in August, so some people already have their curriculum picked out, but that's okay because you can always pick out what you're going to do next. We're also giving away an entire set of Matthew C., which I'm really excited about because it's the student book, the teacher book, the DVD, and the digital series. Did you know they had a digital series? I didn't until I actually talked to the folks over at Matthew C. And so I get to actually try it out this year with my oldest son, and I'm really excited about it because he's always kind of looking for more to do. So that's perfect. So a lot of cool stuff over there. So I'm giving away one of those as well. The next thing I'm giving away is IEW. So a lot of people, I had people guessing, and people pretty much guessed correctly. We're giving away IEW. So with IEW, what we're going to be giving away is one of my very, so this isn't it. I have it in a box somewhere. But All Things Fun and Fascinating is my absolute favorite writing theme that they have. It is incredible for boys. I think I talked about it in one of my other videos at some point, but it is an incredible program. I really, really highly recommend it if you have kids, especially if it's your first dabble at IEW. That is a great one. And they're also giving away, in case you've already done All Things Fun and Fascinating, a $30 gift card. So I am so excited about that one. That's going to be a really great one. The next one, you're not going to believe it, but Drive-Through History, you can either pick the Gospels or their American History series. There's actually 3 DVDs. I just have 2 of them. But you can pick, because I was asking them, like, which one do you want? And I was like, well, let's let people pick, because you may already have American Histories and want Gospel. You might have Gospel and want American History. So that's your choice, one or the other. I have 2 online courses that I'm giving away. One is by my friend Gina Mayo, who is part of I Choose Joy, and she is giving away her 20th century high school course, and it's worth $99. So that's an incredible course that you can take a peek at. Okay, last but not least, I'm giving away my e-course. I'm giving away my Ultimate Homeschool Organization e-course for free. So I would love to have you guys sign up for this giveaway. Go to raisingclovers.com/giveaway, and it'll give you all the details there about all the wonderful things that you saw me talk about, that you heard me talk about, saw me point out. You know what I'm saying. But anyway, I would love to have you guys involved in that. And make sure at the same time, you make sure you subscribe here to YouTube, because I would love to keep connecting. I love bringing you material that blesses you and helps you in your homeschooling and helps you just with life as well. So hopefully you're connecting in all those multiple areas, but hope this really blessed you. Bye. Okay, one thing I want to make sure that you know, if you go to raisingclovers.com/giveaway and notice that the giveaway's done, that's okay. Again, make sure that we're connecting on my blog, and that way you can be part of the next giveaway. But I wanted to make sure that at least you guys knew that these are fun things that I do over on my blog. So again, hope that we'll be connecting both here on YouTube by subscribing, as well as over on my blog by signing up for those newsletters. So would love to connect with you. So take care, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. I would show you what it looks like before it gets organized. This is my homeschool room post homeschool year. It needs to